Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to what we thought was going to be the last episode of this recap 2 weeks ago.
I'm hoping.
No, we have one more to go.
Wait, so it is this part 2 to this fucking shit?
Yeah.
Because the way they ended it irritated my whole existence. I was like, but how can you have a... They really know how to drag some shit out, huh? Do they do this every season?
I'm going to assume they do. And I guess because we were home at the time. Well, we should have been home during the time this was on. So, like, they try to capitalize off niggas being at home. But I also realize, I wish that reality TV shows, because Real Housewives does this, like, we don't need 3-part reunions.
Nobody needs a 3-part reunion. These hoes can literally fight in one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Let 'em
this
fight.
reunion only just recapped the recap of the recap.
Yeah.
And with sprinklings of new information.
It was like, I need a girl part 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, I love Loon, Usher, and whoever else the fuck, but nigga,
You
make
like
a new
Mario
song.
Winans?
Mario Winans, and Usher.
No, that's a valid. I'm asking you, do you like Mario Winans? Even like through I Don't Want to Know.
I don't wanna know if you're playing me. Keep it on the low, 'cause my heart can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
Low
actually really
self-esteem.
fitting for this.
Yeah. Low self-esteem anthems.
It actually we should have. That was like, look at your spirit. You just be spirited.
Yeah.
I don't. Mario Winans, he represents a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like CDs and Ultimas.
CDs, Ultimas, you know what I'm saying? A lot of Carl Thomas, a lot of Bad Boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just represents
Five
a
disc
time.
changer in the trunk kind of thing.
Oh yeah. We were really peak living, you know?
Yeah.
E&J, I think that was my E&J era.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
you know, he represents a time.
Right. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Like turtleneck sweaters on the cover of a
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Or
that
like,
knows.
you know, like the cover of the LSG album.
Yes.
Square toe shoes and leather jacket,
911-0024.
By the way, I'm putting, you know, I put that for my social security number anytime I go anywhere where they don't need to be asking me for that. I make up like a couple more before that, and then I'd be like 911-0024.
I am using that.
So I just do random song, like phone numbers from song. I do that one.
Yes.
I do
489-4608.
Oh
and
yeah,
I'll be
yeah. Call
here.
489-4608. I do that one. I do 777-9311. Like nigga, they be sick of me in whatever office paperwork they're doing, but you don't need my social security number. So have fun. Go and find the songs that these are attached to.
Oh, I have to tell you something. It's the very you moment I thought of you would happen. So on my way to get, well, you'll find out on the show tomorrow that I got fillers under my face if you haven't seen it on my Instagram. So on the way there, I took public transit, and we could talk about public transit in LA later because that shit is awful. But what I assume, yeah, it's worse than New York.
Yeah, I attempted to take the train one time. I walked out of the station. I said, I don't know what this is. But
It don't even look like, you know what their trains look like? And this is for true New Yorkers. It looks like the 9 train.
Ooh!
I was like, this is old friends. But when I was
Why?
right, I had get on the W, Broadway bound. So I had to get on the train to get on the bus to go where I needed to go. So when I got on the train, I assumed that there was going to be, in a big city, I assume that it's going to be people going to work and shit like that.
Yeah,
I assume
making their
that
way
the people who
downtown,
are
riding
right,
fast.
people who are less fortunate going to be on the thing. I get it. It's a city. What I also assumed, and I assumed correctly, that there was going to be a bunch of hippy dippy people on the thing going to the beach or whatever.
Oh yeah, to save the earth.
Yeah. So there was a gentleman on on the train, and he had a brown leather jacket on and a ponytail. So you already know what he gave.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, your name might be Jerry, and I'm sure you probably drink like fermented fruit pectins because he wore Tivas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
for certain. And don't wash his feet.
Right. So whatever reason, I had normally when I travel or whatever, I have my headphones up to like the highest, whatever, because I'm trying to drown out society. But this time I didn't because it was my first time on the train. So he had his text messages on, and I was like, this is so Jade. Every text message he had, it was, we built this city. I was like, that is very brown leather jacket, white man ponytail behavior.
You still got ringtone.
Yeah. Yeah. It was an Android, obvi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it was like, we built this city, and I was like, first of all, put your vibrate on. But everything we built this city.
That would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
That would drive
So I've had
me
we built
nuts.
this city of rock and roll stuck in my head, but I was like, that is very hippie, like a hipster, like kind of thing.
Ooh, that is hilarious to me.
But anywho, let's talk about this stupid reunion.
Oof.
I'm gonna let y'all know what happened.
Go ahead. Mm-mm.
I'm gonna let y'all know I wasn't really feeling it.
It was boring.
Yeah,
so I made
it was.
other
Go ahead.
notes.
Oh, okay.
My first one is everybody got a Beijing, and then the next one was QAnon of Vermouth. He's wearing Commander's wife green.
Yeah. So she also was wearing shoelaces.
Yeah, she was wearing like. Okay. Go
All
ahead.
right. So
No.
the reunion is hosted by that black man from Access Hollywood.
With the big teeth.
Yeah, I don't know his name, even though we watched it.
Kevin.
Yeah, but the only black one from Access Hollywood. Well, except for him, and what's the woman from 90 Day Fiance?
Which one?
Something Robinson, Sherry Robinson or whatever. She hosts the reunion for 90 Day Fiance.
Yes, with the face.
She too is the only other
the
blacks
acceptable
on
blacks.
Access Hollywood. The exceptionals.
Acceptable blacks. They
Yeah.
don't make white people feel uncomfortable.
No. They went to college at like Texas Tech or
Yeah, A&T.
Yeah. Aggies and shit. You know what I mean? Like- So in this part one, I forgot he hosted the kickoff special because that's how long ago this was.
Yeah.
But he's back, and we sit down with the first couple, which is
QAnon and Vermouth.
yeah, QAnon and Doers. He, as you said, he is wearing like Commander green, excuse me, and she was wearing fringe of sorts.
Yeah, she looked like a drag queen.
Mm-hmm. It was low key like.
It's like that dressing mode made out of nails.
Do you know what I was about to say? Because you know what the show that comes out tomorrow, you talk about like how Randy with the fringe jacket.
It did look like a Randy Jackson fringe jacket.
Yeah.
Tune into the main show tomorrow where I express my disdain for Randy Jackson's fringe jacket.
Oh, God. They recap for like 20 minutes on their section, and we find out that she sucked it up and moved into his condo.
They still fighting.
So what's also, she's being, she's found refuge in a room, so she shares a room with her cats.
That, I said, this is oppressive. You got a room full of clothes, shoes, and cat food and cat litter? That is nasty.
Yeah.
And I have a cat. But I'm not putting my cat litter in my closet. I'm just not doing that.
Yeah, nah. It's not fresh.
It's
like, you know
not.
what I mean? Like, you'll smell like cat litter.
I hope she knows whenever she decides to get pregnant, she can't be changing that cat litter, and he ain't doing it. So,
You remember in The Little Rascals when they made Darla a sandwich and they put kitty litter?
Kitty litter in it? She's like, it's crunchy. And then they poured that grape soda from it. They were like, it tastes like an old boot.
Yes.
That's that shit they did on Drag Race Down Under.
Yes.
Australians, because I know there's about a half of you that listen to this show. One half of a human. Can you explain to me why the hell y'all drink out of a shoe?
That was wild. That was wild. And they're
do
drag
shoey?
queens.
I'm like, oh, so white people just do stuff everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all just do
and
stuff.
they're drag queens. So I know they got drunk off the whole shoe because
No,
it's
they
like
did.
15,
It's a
16
size
size.
15. Nigga, can you imagine having a chug from Latrice's fucking shoe? That boot
Or
she
Britta.
wears? Britta's big bread feet, nigga. Out
Need
here
a
looking
new
like a
liver
whole
out that
sourdough
motherfucker.
loaf. Hell no. I would get alcohol poisoning.
Ah!
But they she's sharing a closet room with her cats and her clothes, and she still doesn't believe his allergy. He's gonna kill her cats in their sleep, and then we learn what was not shocking to me at all, that not too long before when she got approved for the process, your girl had a positive COVID test. I was watching this show and I was just like, Atlanta. Proper soundtrack in the background. She's like, I had a positive COVID test. I was like, no, not you.
Right.
And allegedly it was some sort of false positive. I didn't. What?
I mean, that does happen, but
Sure.
I also strongly believe that Mama
had
had it.
COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
She might have just been asymptomatic.
Yeah.
And she had to keep getting tested, and then finally she tested negative. So, and I actually, now what did shock me in all of this was his acknowledgement of COVID.
Yeah. I was like, you believe this is real.
That's what I was like, he thinks it's real.
You know why he thought it was real? Because it impacted his job.
That's what it was. And he was one of them people that was fighting, we need to go back to work. The economy. He's one of those. They don't recycle.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
She talked a little bit. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, they said that they don't have it's not the perfect marriage, but they're still getting to know each other and working on it as per usual. And then what threw me off was that QAnon's mother came to the sit down, Donna. Donna reminds me of what's that show we used to cover, Marrying Millions? And remember Kathleen,
Kathleen.
the ex-wife who ended up teaming up with Brianna.
That's who she was.
Yeah. So she sat down with the dolls, and she was like, I've grown to love her. It was revealed that his brother got married literally within the same 2 weeks, like the traditional route. So she's like, my son, I'm getting to know my daughter-in-law that we met on the show. who looks exactly like Donna and acts like her, and then this stranger lady who's about to marry my other son.
In 2 weeks. Can you imagine? It's like having a child and one of them that y'all been planning for this big to do, and maybe it's say a graduation party, right? They on the honor roll, they doing everything. They got the graduation party coming. Y'all been planning this big shit. And then here come this nigga calling talking about, I'm getting out of jail, so you got to hurry up and throw something together.
Yeah, you see what I mean? This is why I'm glad I never grew up with siblings, because I don't want niggas to steal my thunder. Like, I would have to fight.
Oh, we see what's so interesting is, like, me and my sister we're very similar, but we're also so different. Our weddings were nothing alike.
But you and your sister have sense and were raised well. Y'all would never do this type of situation.
No, we wouldn't.
Like, you know what I mean? White people do this shit to one up one another, just like in the Bible.
Yeah, they're not loyal to anybody. Not even blood.
At all. No, not at all.
Not even self. So
It is a white story.
So mom came. She came and she's talking about how beautiful she is, and her other son getting married, and she loves Grey Goose, and she actually said that she has mellowed him out. She's like, oh, I think he's like just kind of calmed down a little bit. And this was, I don't know. This is where Doers comes in and starts talking about the 50-50 kids thing, right? She's like, let me clarify what I really meant by that. If he doesn't want kids, I'm okay with that. But if he wants kids, I'm also okay with that. So it's the same thing you said. So part of you wants kids and part of you don't.
Right. You could just say, I'm cool either way.
Right.
That's all you really have to say.
And that's okay. I think a lot of people are scared to say stuff like that.
Yeah, I can understand, especially I can understand women being afraid to say stuff like that.
Because I've had conversations where I'll have friends who are pregnant or have been pregnant, and they'll ask, well, how did you feel when you were pregnant? Like, did you? Because people keep asking me if I'm excited, and I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm not. And I was like, girl, no, I was not. I was terrified and like, what the fuck? I was like, so don't feel bad. And also these people who be shaming people because they don't want kids or they don't want to, stop doing that to people. People want different shit. That's okay.
That's why I really love Dubs, because she's very vocal about parenting.
Yeah.
You know, she has a teenager, and so she'd be like, this shit sucks sometimes, man. She would be like, never again. I'd be like, I know that's right, queen. But, that doesn't take away from the love you have from the kid. It's just like this forever job.
But there's a guilt that a lot of people feel around even saying that. And damn all that, nigga, you're a human being.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes these little niggas are triggering and irritating.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I look at Noah and be like, that joke wasn't even funny. I'm not trying to tear down her spirit. I'm trying to make her
I'm trying to raise you to be better.
Right. I'm like, nah, do better. And then she does. And she's funny, nigga. She told me the other day, we were getting ready for school. And so I was like, Noah, hurry up. I just put your breakfast is waiting at the table. I just put it on the table. She turns around and without even hesitating goes, tell it I'll be there in a second.
Yes, Noah, comedy queen.
That's why I was like, when she be coming with the low heat, I'm like, nah, you better than that. But sometimes these little niggas, they trigger you in many ways, and it's okay for a person to be like, you know what, I don't have the capacity to handle that for the rest of my life. So I don't think this shit is for me, but I'm gonna be a fire ass auntie. Like, there is nothing fucking wrong with that. Stop shaming people for that shit.
Gays do that shit too about you not wanting kids. Like, I've been in like dating people, and I'd be like, I don't want children. They broke up with me because I don't want them. I'm like, well, okay.
Wow, that seems to be a common theme this week. Handmaid's Tale. So
yeah. So let's move on to because nothing else happened with she fake touched on her drinking, but she was like, "No, I'm cool."
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like, "Well, girl, as long as you go to work and mind your business, and you don't drive wasted, I'm cool."
My girl said, "I don't have a drinking problem and never have."
I was like, "Well, shut me up. Fuck my drag, huh?"
Okay. I don't know what I just watched, but clearly it wasn't what I just
Yeah.
watched.
Right. Yes, blame it on the editing, girl. Like,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
like, But anywho, let's move on to Anderson .Paak and June.
Woo, I'm so glad they got it out of the way. The elephant in the room, that motherfucking mustache.
Yeah, my first note is he looks like he owns a barbershop that has Brooklyn in the title, but it's spelled Breuklен.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Dutch way.
Mm-hmm. Or he's gonna swindle you. I don't know which one of the one or the other.
Yeah.
Offred being the internally black queen that she is.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, I've known about this plan since day one, and I ain't with the shits, but here we are.
Yeah. The true Rachel
It's like,
Dolezal.
I don't love it, but it is what it is. If he likes it, I love
Yeah.
it, which indeed means what? She hates it. So I love that meme. If black people say, if you like it, I love it, that indeed means they hate it.
Oh, absolutely. That's why Dr. Terrell says, if you like it, you love it.
Yeah. Or me and my friends, like the way we be, it's not even shade to each other, but it's like shade for the difference of like styles and things that we have. So when we pick different things, there's times where somebody will show somebody something. It's like, man, this is cute. That's cute, bitch. And there's other times where I might do it to them. They might do it to me. We'll be like, that is so you.
That is shady.
Or me and Fran were out shopping before pandemic, and I was like, "Ooh, Fran, you love you a ugly ass shoe. Like you just love an interesting ugly ass shoe." She's like, "I do."
It is so you. You so different.
You so different. That is like, I can totally see you wearing that. That is absolutely it, girl. That's how we do, but it's actually really funny and fun. But she's like, yeah, I don't love that shit. And they ask about the living and, how's that been? She's like, it's great. He made a lot of space for me. Miska took over the crib. Like,
I was
we
more
Gucci.
interested in what happened with Miska, how
Same.
she's doing.
I also wanted to know a little bit more about Miska, but they glazed over my good girl.
Yeah. Yeah. There wasn't really much to tell during their thing.
I did laugh when
What he
when
told.
when he called him out.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, we had naysayers, but it's all good. We made it through. He was like, like yourself.
Cut to Kevin talking about they not gonna make it.
It was talking big shit, doing it.
And he just had to sit there and eat his rice. It was like, you know what? I did say that. My bad.
They cut to that beautiful B-roll. And my nigga was like, that ain't the nigga for her.
Right. Boo.
Then they come back and he's like, well, I guess that's the nigga for her.
Right. So
That shit had me down.
eventually Kevin asked about, have you said I love you yet? And he was like, no, but then he tells her.
He said we're working through it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate Kevin for being like, oh, do you love her, nigga? Do you love her?
He did
Yes
say
or
he
no?
loved her though.
Huh?
I thought he did tell her I love you.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, my girl walked away married with dickless and loveless, but like married.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So They did the dramatic music and shit, but he was like, yeah, I think I do. Which,
There we go. That's what I mean. Yeah,
damn,
he was like, yeah,
Gina,
I do.
will you marry me?
Yeah.
And she's hype boots, and she's like, I knew he loved me through his actions.
Yeah.
They fucking without
Yeah,
saying
he
they
says
fucking.
he's not a virgin, even though Sofia Vergara, therapist, said he might. And I never really thought maybe I did at some points, but I was like, I just don't.
No, you did
I don't
not
know
think
if
he was
he
a
a-
virgin. You thought he was,
He's a nigga that used to be in love with a nigga before.
and maybe he is.
I'm not
Maybe.
calling him gay or homosexual. All I'm
No,
just saying
maybe he
is,
used to be in love with a nigga before. That's all right.
hmm and
And now
yeah,
he's in love with a white woman.
kind of, yeah,
So sort of.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. You know, he married a white woman to help him be blacker.
Yes, because they are
Which is
definitely
very,
gonna have a Black Lives Matter flag in the window.
Yeah, which is a very hotep rationale for dating white women, because yeah, it is. It is.
They're gonna have one of them signs in the yard.
Which one? Because there's a couple signs that they can have in the
The
yard.
one with all the colors. It's like, this is a house that loves, and we don't put up with no bullshit. I can't remember what the fucking shit says.
Oh, like them United Color of Benetton ass signs.
Yeah.
That's like, this is a house of love, and it's like little brown and white and peach colored kids on the damn thing.
It's the new one. It's all black in the background. It's all these different neon color letters, and they telling you all the different ways that they don't accept hate in their house. Black Lives
Oh,
Matter.
they have those. They have those signs in like driving to the Grove
Yeah, and
like-
people got them in their yard.
in the yard to like fake ally.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
If they
them.
want to go that hard, they'll just put up like a Joe
Black
Biden
Lives
sign.
Matter. Yeah, or just BLM.
Yeah, BLM. Blick.
Hmm
Hashtag blick.
Blim. Hmm but that's what happened with them.
Yeah, moving along.
Yeah, to Heather Headley, not Heather Headley and not Miro.
Did he get a transplant? A Beijing? Like, what's happening?
He went to a Dominican barber.
No, but he got hair now.
Oh, I know. And he got a weave.
That's what I said. Did he get a Beijing, a transplant, or?
Oh,
weave?
no. He definitely got man weave.
Oh, that was weave. Okay, well they got to.
Yeah. Yeah. Because when I watched it, I was like, I've seen that nigga's hair grow back. And he got like the Sherman Hemsley, put me on the right road.
Oh my God.
That kind of thing. So that definitely
Homie, don't
is
play
the.
that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
Which-
he definitely.
No shame to you niggas either.
No. If
No.
women can, if people who want to wear weave, they should be allowed to wear weave.
I love that they're doing the transplant shit for the niggas though, where they're pulling the patches and putting the shit in and like letting it grow in and shit.
Oh, I'm getting that shit as soon as I get real money.
Yeah, I know you are. I know you are.
Because I know my father has. I'm so surprised. My hairline is kind of sort of intact. I'm just listen. We're in the age of transparency. Okay?
Yeah, we are.
We are in BC. After COVID. You know what I mean? AC.
Yeah,
So I just
no,
need
you're
to.
right.
We just have to be honest with ourselves.
No,
But
it's
yeah,
true.
I'm gonna go to Bosley Medical. Because I don't want to be like LeBron, you know what I mean, and have my shit like fade out by like second quarter, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then he got the transplant.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? Did it fade again? I can't remember.
I don't. No, it's fine. I also think when you get the transplant, you have to be careful with the niggas you get to cut your hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you do. You do.
Because I feel like because it's skin grafting essentially.
Ooh.
But anywho, the couple,
Yes.
they're still together
Uh-huh.
and they live at his crib.
Uh-huh.
And I'm assuming they live at his crib because he ain't got shit in it.
You think that's why? I didn't know what that. I just thought it was because he was trying to be controlling.
Oh, you remember though? She said her lease was ending soon.
Oh, that's true. Maybe his
And
is
he
more
had just
affordable or something.
and he had just signed his lease, so it was kind of like, you might as well just move with me.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
They talk about their challenges with space, and how she has a lot of shit.
Yeah. How they had to make the pantry his closet.
Yes, which, okay, sure. She said like she's learning a lot about compromise, and they look forward to having a healthy and happy future together.
They kind of flip flop on the kid stance. She got the baby fever now and wants to have babies, and they kept his nephew, and that nigga realized that maybe 4 niggas was not the move.
Yeah.
Perhaps not even one. So,
yeah, he got shook. He was like,
Boots.
I was thinking maybe
he's like,
this
we're just gonna take our time and like travel.
And then he says the most Dominican thing I have ever heard anybody say, that they were gonna go buy a house back in DR.
Is that what he said? I thought he said they were
Yes.
going to DR, but they were buying a home in Atlanta because they said they're staying in Atlanta.
Oh, I interpreted that they were going to purchase in DR.
Oh no, I don't think.
Maybe I'm confused.
Maybe you dozed
But-
at that part.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, friends. I
I'm not mad at it. I almost did. I said, let me hold us down.
because we've been smoking this strain called cereal milk.
Cereal milk?
Yes, girl.
It's my shit.
Girl, I'd be dead.
Cereal milk is my shit. Just got an ounce of that, Nikki.
Oh yeah.
She called me yesterday. She's like, bitch, I got me some cereal milk.
yeah. It's a journey.
Oh, I know.
It's a journey.
I got some Jack
But-
Herrera right now.
I kind of like Jack Herrera.
Jack Herrera's good.
It's also hard to find here. But
Really?
Yeah, I feel like the common, like the popular names like Jack Herrera and like Forbidden Fruit and
Forbidden Fruit did not used to be
Like-
hard to find.
nigga, it's like finding Lysol in April 2020.
Well, then I will take personal responsibility for that because we've been big in Forbidden Fruit for the past several years. Now all of a sudden we can't get none.
Right now, let me I should qualify that. It is okay to find, however, not every farm is equal.
Got it.
You
Got
know what
it.
I mean?
Got it. Damn.
Because there's one brand, I forget. I know the packaging when I see it. I just be like, "Oh, no. This is oregano. I will not."
Damn, but not you smoking Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
You're smoking
And not for
Mitch.
no like 200, like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit is pricey.
Yeah, nah.
But anywho, so Not Miro had a little, introspection while watching the show. And he said, I was anxious for a majority of the show, and it came out and manifested in ways that I am not proud of.
They play certain B-roll for him, and he's like, they were like, so you think she overreacted? And he's like, nah, he took accountability for him overreacting. You think she was rude? He's like, nah, I overreacted. Like, I do try to be smooth for her, and I do want to impress her and look good for her, and I realized that made me look worse in other ways. So I appreciate that. It seemed like he had that a sincere, reflective moment. I'm gonna be real honest with you. QAnon too. QAnon was like, yeah, I didn't like how I looked going back on there. Didn't say nothing about his racism, but
No. Well,
he-
I mean, he's not unproud of that.
No, not at all. Because she did say in glazed
He's a proud
right over
boy.
it. She was like, we still have different views about things that cause disagreements, but we talk through them. And I was like, huh? Political debates. Got it.
He don't like women. He don't like sissies.
He don't like
He
blacks.
is pro life.
He wants to build a pipeline through through native land and territory.
Okay. He thinks composting is a waste of time.
Yep. Fuck your couch.
All those things.
Everything. So, but Miro seems to, they really seem to have a nice connection, and both seem to be trying to work on themselves in how they work together as a unit.
Right.
And I think that I see hope for them. They really are very cute together.
Yeah.
And he has a nice smile. Both of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really cute together.
They really are. That little Vincent boot camp was cute that he did. I was like,
Yes.
I like that they're having fun together, and like he doesn't mind being silly in certain moments and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So
I see them being on like one of them Married at First Sight couples. You know how they do
them two
other
black
shows?
couples that floating everywhere from New Orleans. Yeah, just like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I also started watching Australia, which is because I've been on since we was watching Drag Race Australia. I was like, well, let me watch a couple episodes of this shit, and oh my god,
Saw it just in a commercial.
yeah, I don't know, we don't have the capacity to cover it, but golly, I
do love seeing white people get on TV acting ghetto. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
I love it. Y'all be coming with real mess. White people got mess. Do you hear me? They got mess.
They do.
They're like, she
They
fucked
do.
my husband on ketamine. And I'm like, whoa!
Right.
With my kids in the room. I'm like, y'all
Right.
got mess, nigga. That's mess.
Woo! Yeah, they
That
be
white bitch
going
threw
the
her
fuck
leg
through.
on Real Housewives of New York. Like, them white bitches be with...
Yeah, when Aviva threw her leg, the only fake thing about me is
Is
this,
this.
nigga. And the cameraman goes zoom in and out.
After he backed up.
Yes.
Make sure-
Oh God.
Woo.
But we move on,
Yeah.
and you know the gals have a little sit down. Where. Right.
I just looked at one of my notes. I'm sorry.
Oh
As you said
no! What is it?
I said sisterhood type bond. Paige is not eating ass.
Yeah. Nah. So yeah, the gals sit down and they talk about how like they had to lean on each other and blah 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 blah. Even during their darkest moments, and they did like a hour and a half recap.
Yeah.
And then they go. Rom-com talks about her failed marriage.
And her awful sexual experience. Kevin is messy. I'm gonna tell you that.
You go ahead. You can talk about it. Go ahead.
Kevin was like, so it seems like you all kind of connected, and then after that night, the connection just left. So was it like no connection, and the lack of physical connection was the stamped the shit, or like what was it? Was it bad? She was like, yeah, it was whack as shit. At first he was trying to save her. He was like, save old boy's reputation. Like, just say something good about the nigga. She's like, yeah, yikes, can't.
Yeah, Mama went in there talking about, you know, the voice papers, fresh inked, I'm free. Where's the Independence Party?
But when that bitch said he blocked her on everything, and Ursula laughed, I yelped. Okay? When I tell you I wheezed, nigga.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, he blocked
Right.
me on everything. I don't think he likes me too much. And I was like, ah!
Told you, Mama was free. Okay.
Was. She came in free into the damn decision day.
Yeah,
Titties
she did.
out, her arms up in the air, typical white. Woo! Like, she did all of that. She was ready to
Yeah.
go.
Like them white women in like the medical commercials, like after they took like Latuda or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
I
like,
can
and I
ride a
stayed
bike
away from that
again.
grapefruit juice. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Tangeray has some sort of independent woman conversation. She starts talking about that. You know, they're not gonna lose themselves in their marriage. Da 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 da. And then Kevin asks Black Christian Weave lady, so how did you feel? How did you feel watching all these relationships go right while yours was going wrong?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was like, it was uncomfortable, nigga. I had a wedding and a funeral on the same day. Here we are.
Yeah.
So then it's praise for Paige. It's a whole sister circle of, oh my God, she's so strong. Oh my God, I couldn't have do it. Oh my God, I would have gone upside this nigga's head with a cast iron. And you know, they go to Mexico. They really do like each other as people. And that was pretty much the ladies sit down. Notice how Evil Villain just was like, fuck this whole reunion. I actually don't need to be there at all.
Yeah, he wasn't really. Why are we here?
He's like, I learned nothing from this. This was
Which
a
is
waste of my
why
time.
Which is why we have a 2-part, because he wasn't even really in. They didn't really go over there.
Did they say it was a 2-part?
That's part 1.
Oh,
It even says it
okay.
on the thing, on the DVR thing, on the display.
Oh, okay. Blame the cereal milk.
Yeah,
Blame
that's
the
literally what
sugar.
happened. So then we move on to the Negro and Negress,
Mm-hmm.
the niggerati, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Paige, thou art loosed.
Cover.
Because the funny part of this thing. So when I was writing this, I think about jokes to say or whatever, and so I was like, "Yo, this is like women that were loose." But then I thought about how like on the soundtrack there's a song by Shirley Murdoch called "His Lady, His Lover and Lord," and I was like,
The
again,
saddest woman in music. Period. No, fuck R&B. The saddest woman in music. Shirley Murdoch, ladies and gentlemen.
ah!
Make sure you tune into the episode tomorrow where we find 12 different ways that Shirley Murdoch is literally the saddest person alive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good time.
So, you know, they show their tumultuous B-roll.
All 6 hours of it.
Oh my God. And then we learn that they have gone through counseling post this show to reconcile. Reconcile what?
Nothing really. I feel like not only do they both have this church thing, like this religious type of thing. Let me start over. Not only do they have this religious thing, they also have a church problem. And they have this idea of church folks tend to have this fear of image, or they purport themselves to be of a higher standard and being. And you can see the way #blessed does it, and how he talks and how he talks down to people, but then he'll use the Lord into it. Even when Darren Stansgirls, when he got on here, they have a way of like making themselves be better than they really are. And so having a divorce makes them less than.
That's dumb.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They also both have. She has strong issues with security, and he has strong issues with narcissism.
Even in the way, even in how he tried to spin this reunion, because your boy was ready. He was ready, and Kevin called it out. He's like, you sat down with the right PR person, huh? Like you got everything down. I'm not deserving of a woman of her caliber. I am very embarrassed and
His father taught him
disgusted.
what to say.
Right, because he's just as disgusting.
Because his father used to be a pimp. I'm assuming. Because with those suits, what else could you be?
Oh, used to be?
Well, I don't know. They're from Chicago.
Yeah, that's what, like, maybe
No,
president.
that is very true. Yeah, that's true.
His daddy works right outside the rib tip spot. So, she actually kind of cut in and was like, I think that the focus is on him a lot when he's going on this whole apology tour situation. She's like, but let's be clear, this decision was not his alone, and mutually we are not right for each other. And I was like, okay, speak your piece, queen, finally. Like, she's like, this was a decision we both made, but we sat here and watched you hem and haw all over this bullshit for 72 episodes at 3 hours apiece. Like, we literally watched you hem and haw over a nigga who did not deserve a he.
No.
He don't
Not at
deserve
all.
a, like, and you hemmed and hawed. So, they do go to the B-roll of him calling her ugly for the 347th time, which I found.
I wish
to
they had a
be-
counter
I wish
of how many times
Yeah.
he called that lady ugly.
Yeah. And I didn't particularly care for this because even in all of her foolishness and she pissed me off so much. Even in all of this, I didn't like the fact that they made her relive that and go back and watch that of somebody saying, I'm not attracted to her. I don't like her face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just feel like that was unnecessarily hurtful.
No, I don't disagree with
after
you.
she already went through a lot on this show, because as much as she works our nerves, it's not because of what she went through, right? It's not because of what he brought to the table.
It's all him.
Yeah, it was when she started doing that God shit and doing that, like, oh, well, we were ordained and we're supposed to be, after literally you all have gone through hell and high water. You literally can walk away from this situation and you are choosing now at this point to feed into this nigga's bullshit. That's where I started getting irritated with her. But he's disgusting and manipulative and everything else gross under the sun. Let's be very
Absolutely.
clear. And I didn't like that they did that.
No. I also kind of felt that way about rom-com. I'm sure, and because I get that these questions they have to ask,
Yeah.
but it's also like, these are traumatic moments between people. You know what I mean? I guess
Facts.
I understand it's the nature of the show, but it's also like there is some element of grace you could have to these people who are on this show. You know what I mean?
I felt less for rom-com. I didn't really. I'm like, yeah, put all her shit out there. I ain't worried about protection.
I'm not worried about protecting any of them, even her. But I do think that there needs to be a level of grace on how they
Yeah.
address these things.
Yeah. Is y'all fucking or not?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you might as well just let Jay Next D host the goddamn reunion show if you was gonna let this nigga go rogue.
Okay. At least we'll get to the mess in half the time.
Okay.
We will have the most effective reunion in 27 minutes.
Woo, shit. It went no part 2, nigga, and it'll be full entertainment.
Yeah. Because they don't ask the right question.
They don't.
Because the first question you have to ask Paige is, when did you give up on you, beloved?
That's that part. You got to put Paige's head in the sand. You got to put her head in the dirt.
You got to make her speak into a hole.
Absolutely. Speaking to the. Do you think Harriet would have gone through all of this?
Big mammy titty.
You got to put Chris in front of motherfucking Iyanla with a whole bunch of dolls. And be like, these are all the women you've been engaged to. Speak to them. This represents every customer you lost at Subway.
Every dollar.
Every foot long. So they're not asking the right shit. Y'all not getting with the winning team.
Yeah. So then, they invited Darius Dance Groups to come back.
Sure did.
And they were low key wearing the same type of suit, ankles exposed.
Oh yeah, they love those little brooches, them little
Yeah.
things that drape across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have something very, very controversial. And it's not brave, it's just rude to say. But I need to get it out.
Okay, please do.
It,
No, just go ahead.
he both hashtag blessed and Darren's dance grooves both how do I say this delicately? They both look like they just fleeted.
Oh, that is not my territory.
I can't go into it, but it's just if you
would
know, you know.
better than we.
Yeah. But Darren Stan Screws comes back because they had beef because hashtag blessed didn't like his one-on-one
Wait,
with
before he comes back, Kevin asks if hashtag blessed was in love with Mercedes when he got married.
oh
And he was like, I'm not answering that. Or he said, no, he wasn't. The only woman on my mind was Paige. No, it wasn't. We watched it, but okay. Then he
Right.
asked about the car and whether or not she still has the car. And he starts getting defensive. He's like, I'm not answering that question. I'm not telling you whether or not she has that car or not. And he's like, man, you
It
bought her a
got
whole...
repoed.
And here go Kevin. You bought Mercedes and Mercedes. Like...
yeah.
And he's like, it's just a car, man. So that means she still got it.
Or it got repossessed.
Oh, it probably...
If he got his subway got taken away.
That's what it was. It got repoed.
Okay.
Eat fresh, nigga.
Imagine getting your car repossessed during Corona. Like, that's got to be...
Damn, double homicide. I'm sorry.
Bingo.
Why is that so
Literally.
applicable in so many situations? And it's so
I
terrible.
know. I hate Jocelyn. Damn it.
I know. She always got some stupid shit that sticks.
I know. Fucking gosh. Genius. I'm Jocelyn Hernandez, baby. I say that all the time.
The Puerto Rican princess. Oh, yeah,
Puerto
or
Rican
I don't want to go
princess.
back to the strip club, Stevie.
Every day.
Molly the maid. Where's your...
Where's your
Where's
maid?
your maid
I see you
outfit?
got your maid uniform like you. From
A
Bella
queen.
Bouche.
We got to... You can't deny it. She's a queen.
Yeah, she is. She is on one. But
Mm-hmm.
But every time hashtag blessed always comes into reunions, he always finds a way to deflect and cause a scene.
Absolutely.
So he didn't like the fact that they brought Pastor Dwight up there. They blindsided him.
I mean, it was messy, but I was here for it.
It was. And he was like, nah, what the fuck is he doing here? I'm not talking to him. He threw a temper tantrum. He cursed out Kevin. He was like, fuck y'all for bringing him.
Mm-hmm. Kevin was
He
like,
betrayed
Paige,
me."
get your boy. Get your mans over there.
And of course, Paige is just looking the way she does.
Child, you
giving
saw
very
how she
much
stood up
Rudy
and put her
Huxtable.
ass in Darren Dan Screw's face while she was trying to calm old boy down, and there's in that sateen.
Yeah, she was wearing a pillowcase.
I know. I order them. I wear them for my
Yeah,
head.
I was like, Mama, you got a lot of body in that dress. And she looked great.
No, she looked fantastic.
So
And I love that
I was
color
like,
against her skin.
yeah, I was like, oh, this is
But
a
the ass was
revenge
out,
dress.
honey. She came ready to make Chris feel stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, she up there titillizing and tantalizing.
The pastor.
She's like, break it up, fellas. So they are, Chris is he's having an entire fucking moment.
Because the wild part is every man in Chris's life wants Paige. His daddy.
He the main one. His
Uh,
friends.
Darius Dance Grooves.
Did he have friends?
Dance Grooves, and the other
You're
one that
right.
Mikael or whatever.
Oh, Mikael. Then a nigga named Mikael.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
forgot
The
about him.
homosexual formerly known as Mikael.
Why do you think everybody's scared of this?
I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know.
How did I do you?
Okay, maybe they're not gay, but they are a nigga that's been in love with a nigga before.
Okay, all right, there we go. No erasure. You right.
You right.
You right.
Everybody, love is love.
Yes. Hashtag blessed is screaming at Darren Dance Grooves about being fake. Fuck this motherfucking pussy ass nigga. I'll whoop this nigga's ass in the parking lot. Yeah.
In this suit.
Dance Grooves is getting pissed. You can see it in his face, but he's trying to be a man
Also
of
in
church.
this suit.
Also in his suit. Plus, it was too hot to fight in all of them clothes.
First
They had
of
on a
all,
lot of clothes.
all of that, it was all made of like rayon. If they were to thump, they would explode. Okay? They would spontaneously combust.
Would. And all of that stuff that they have in their hair too. On top of that, it was a very flammable situation in there.
And various iterations of curve and jupe.
They the real
Literally
reason Kevin
napalm.
decided not to do this shit in person. He's like, I could get a COVID test.
And you know what was wild? I didn't pick up on that it wasn't in person until in the middle of the episode. I was like, why is he talking to a TV?
You had a me moment from the other day.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
So
Got it.
you know, he's pissed. He doesn't like how Darren Dance Grooves talked about Mercedes, Bernice, Tamar, Tawanda, Tracy Braxton. He's not gonna be fake because he's on camera and he ain't ready to make no amends with this nigga. And Dance Grooves really pissed him off. That's when Bless starts acting a fool because Dance Grooves is like, he don't like correction. Like, I love him and I'm always gonna love him, but he doesn't like correction. He can't handle it. And that's when he really lost his shit. And everybody's asking him to shut the fuck up and cut. That's the end of part one.
So we'll be back for part 2.
Yeah, I
Hopefully
guess,
that would be
nigga,
the
shit. Every
last
time we announce this
episode
shit is
again.
it better be the last goddamn episode.
We got other shit to cover. We got Love After Lockup coming.
Yes, listener. We about to
And
see
now
your
we have to
family.
because, and you know, I was going to say no, but we have to because of the fact that
Oh yeah,
the listeners' family
chaos
is
and
on.
negativity. If she would have never written in and said, "My family's on this show, please don't talk shit," it would be nothing. We would have still talked shit.
We would
So-
have. Right. But that'll be on Patreon.
Yeah.
So, stay tuned for tomorrow's episode on the main stage.
It's a good time.
Where we cover we have a black ass soundtrack good time.
Yeah.
See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.